I've repacked that 5 bloody times.
Laurie and I were about to embark on a multi-day canoe trip in Scotland. We were both very excited about the prospect of executing a long-anticipated plan. We hoped it would be an opportunity to adventure, to test our wild camping and bushcraft skills and push our bodies both physically and perhaps mentally to the limits, while at the same time offering us a unique chance to experience Scotland's majestic environment. Lochs, mountains, forests, the sites of many historic castles, and of course the home to 180 trillion midges. This was to be a trip that was not going to disappoint. Day one of the adventure, and it's 9:25. Setting out on Loch Awe. We're just leaving Tarrant Bay, where we spent the first night after a lengthy drive up from East Anglia. We've woken up this morning to a fabulous day. Can't believe how dry and still it is. So the concept is over the next 5 days to explore Loch Awe, hoping to complete about 80 kilometres in all. And today we're heading up towards some little islands about 15 kilometres away. I think they pronounce it Inch Coral, so I'm very much looking forward to that.
North is that way.
We departed Torrin Bay relatively early without breakfast to escape the midge fest that encircled us. The sun sat above a mackerel sky. Our first paddle strokes entered the liquid mercury of Loch Awe. Almost immediately we recognised we were the only people on the loch. Laurie gazed through his binoculars at birds perched on various outcrops of rock. We stopped briefly and rafted up together for a quick snack. It's cereal bar time, and I'm offering Laurie one, and he's gone for the one without the fruit. He doesn't live the healthiest of lifestyles, I have to tell you, folks. The mesmerising patterns of the cloud and reflections on the gentle shimmering loch was a sight to behold as we paddled over to the eastern loch shore. Our plan was an anti-clockwise circumnavigation, which was estimated at 80 kilometres total.
What do you think that was or is?
Probably a part of an old building.
Yeah, but what an odd place.
Yeah. The very ruinous remains of Finchurn Castle stand on a rocky promontory near the south end of Loch Awe and on its eastern shore. The original site dates back to the 13th century and was also known as Glassery Castle before it fell into ruin in the 1700s. The sun began to burn off the clouds, revealing a bright blue sky, which in turn was reflected back from the loch surface. By late morning, we were ready for a lunch stop, and Laurie spied a great shingle beach to land, and so we prepared by putting on our Wellington boots. The water was crystal clear. I stepped out into the shallow beach and hauled my heavy canoe onto the alien-like surface. Laurie soon set about lighting his stove for hot water which was scooped from the loch. Characterised by heavily wooded hillsides, exposed mountain tops, rocky shores, uninhabited islands, ruined castles, Loch Awe is steeped in history and culture. In the southern half of the loch, there appear to be few, if any, habitations or dwellings. While Loch Awe is the third largest freshwater loch in Scotland, with a surface area of 38.5 square kilometres, it is in fact the longest freshwater loch, measuring 41 kilometres or 25 miles from end to end, with an average width of 1 kilometre. It's for this reason that we wanted to paddle it. Straight after lunch, we climbed back into the canoes and set off northeast. The wind started to rise from the south, assisting us in direction. However, it started to create waves which gently jostled us as we proceeded up the loch shore. The shoreline was anything but straight, with numerous little bays and craggy rocks and outcrops which hid from view the next instalment of the loch shore. This is the island of Inch Eric. Hope I've pronounced that correctly. We've made it to our overnight stop. But the first thing to do is go and explore the island. Apparently there's some ruins on here. We'll go and have a look at them. Watch out for the rocks. Big rock. We started there, we've come up this eastern side and we've made it there, Inch Eric. So there's a few more islands, coastline along there. We've got the option to stay here, or we could go and investigate that one. That's got a castle on it.
Which one? Not this one here.
Inch Canoe. No, it's round the corner. It's about another kilometre around that corner.
That's the one that everybody visits, isn't it?
Could well be.
I mean, this looks the biggest almost.
It is.
So I reckon.
Just here?
Yeah.
Set them.
If you're happy with it.
Yeah. Having decided upon our camp location, Laurie practised his fire lighting skills with collected tinder and a ferrocenium strike rod. He was well pleased with himself, and rightly so, as the fire took hold. After pitching our tents, we explored. It's a little bit overgrown. No obvious paths. But apparently, somewhere up here are some ruins. Coming up to a fence. Fenced off area. Oh my goodness. Some old graveyards. D-U-C-A-L-D.
Donald's John.
Is it Donald or Duckold? Duckold. Can't see a date. 1895.
Yeah.
1907. They look quite old and weathered. It's not like a Middle Ages grave. Bit of a chapel building just here. It goes round like that. Yeah. After the grim discovery of the old graveyard, it was time for a drink. Lily cider, made in Somerset. So this is my bar, and this is my view. I am now going to take a shower because I can. Believe it or not, we brought a shower with us and it's hot. Laurie's just going down to the lake to get some cold water. We've heated up this massive kettle and I'm going to take a shower there. Okay, we've got to make sure that this doesn't collapse because it is.
Do you want more water in it?
Yes, please. Oh, it's a bit yellow.
Do you want another one?
Oh, it feels pretty warm. I've raised the water so that gravity is helping, but it's also got a pump on it. Excuse the nudity bit. Sorry about this, Laurie. Gonna nude up. Well, would you look at that? It's working! Oh, wonderful! But it's spinning. Now for a bit of biodegradable soap. Peppermint flavour. Oh God, it's in my eye! Oh Laurie, this is just incredibly good. Okay, I'm decent. That was insanely good. There is a bottle of wine. Laurie, that is a normal size bottle of wine a long way away.
What do you want that to eat with?
I will do,
Yeah.
but do you want to help yourself to
Oh,
some of
okay.
that stuff first and then I'll have it? Right, so I'm going to put some of this creme fraiche on there.
Put loads of it on there because we're not keeping it.
Okay.
I just couldn't-
Suffolk chump steak.
Oh, of course, chuck steak.
Chuck
Not chump
steak.
steak. The only chump is us.
We always get that wrong.
Chump steak.
That looks absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much.
Well, you haven't eaten it yet. I promised I wasn't going to giggle.
A really good day one.
And you can